Good morning and welcome to Southern California. Today's adventure is going to have me summiting Mount San Antonio, otherwise and more well known as Mount Baldy. Mount Baldy is the tallest point in all of Los Angeles County and stands just over 10,000 feet. There's a couple different routes you can actually take to get to the top, and the route I'm going to choose is the Baldy Bowl route, otherwise known as the Ski Hut Trail. The reason I chose the Baldy Bowl Trail is because I like taking the shortest route up, even if it is technically a little bit harder. So this specific route is only 4 miles up, but I'm gonna climb over 4,000 feet in the process. On the way down, I'm actually gonna take a different route because I wanna see an area known as Devil's Backbone. So Devil's Backbone is a longer trail, and it has this very famous iconic area where you're walking across this ridge with huge drop-offs on both sides. Depending how I'm feeling, there's also a chairlift on the Devil's Backbone side where part of the way down I might take the chairlift, just depending on how I'm feeling mileage wise, distance wise, and all of that good stuff. This is a trail I've actually been eyeing for quite a while, and I've almost made 2 other trips out to California this year just to do this trail, but on both occasions the trail was closed because when they get snow up here and that Devil's Backbone area, it gets really slick and really dangerous, and people have died up there before, and so it closes sometimes during the winter. But I'm finally gonna get this trail in here in summertime, and I'm pretty excited about the view at the top. I am almost at half a mile into this trail, and let me tell you, my calves definitely feel the steepness of this trail. It might not look crazy from right here. It definitely goes up, but then look over there. I have to climb all the way up there on top of that granite rock, and I have about 3.5 miles almost to do all of that, which is very short given that steepness, so that should be pretty interesting. A couple of animal things to be aware of today is I did see a sign that black bears are in this area, so that'd be something to watch out for, as well as higher up, especially where there's not as much shade. I heard there can be a lot of rattlesnakes summertime, so definitely want to watch out for that. And then I didn't read anything about this, but I walked right past a skunk like a foot away from it and didn't realize it till after, so glad he didn't spray me. Quick little update, I am making some pretty good progress. Right now we have some intermittent trees, which this shade is really nice because it's actually really warm out right now. I would have loved to start earlier, but the problem is I actually woke up at home in Texas today, flew out here and got straight to the trailhead. So all things considered, I started at 10:15, so pretty good start considering I woke up at home in Texas today. But if you can see over there, the trees are gonna thin out, and then we're gonna have, that's Mount Baldy up there. And so we're gonna kind of go around the saddle right over there, around, and then go up there, and that will get us to the summit. So, hey, making good progress. Still good ways to go though. So I just reached the ski hut area, which would be a pretty cool place to trek up to in the wintertime. You could warm up with a fire up there. You can even do some cooking, which is pretty cool. There's a little stream or creek that runs up here as well, which is also pretty neat. But the good news of this hike, I am now a little over halfway in terms of the vertical climbing, and I'm actually a decent bit further than halfway in terms of the mileage. So The bad news to that is this next part is going to be even steeper. And then also we're going to get above the trees. So it's going to be even hotter. So looking forward to that. But it's been a pretty fun hike so far today. I'm making some pretty good progress here. I am now at 9,000 feet, so I have just about 1,000 feet to go and about 2/3 of a mile. So it is a very steep last 2/3 of a mile. Honestly, the last mile has been insanely steep, but I am now on the saddle. I can see the top just a little bit harder. This is where gut check time, where you just got to push through, but the views are starting to open up. It's really pretty. Behind me, it's hard to see, but behind me you have LA. You can see the Pacific Ocean like really far off in the distance, and these mountains are just incredible. So I'm definitely looking forward to reaching the summit though and starting to head down, because I'm pretty tired of this uphill trek at this point. So I made it here to the top of Mount Baldy, and let me tell you, that last mile and a half or so was a ton of work. Just straight uphill basically, and it took all the strength in me to get up here, but we did make it up here, and it is absolutely gorgeous. We are at the tallest point in LA County, which is pretty cool. On one side, you can see the Pacific Ocean off to the distance, and then you can also see all the surrounding mountains all around as well. Something that I find really fascinating is there's only 3 states in the entire lower 48 states that have both oceanfront and a peak over 10,000 feet. And the crazy thing, so obviously California is one of those, but LA County, just the county of LA itself, has both of those. So you get like this crazy contrast between ocean and some pretty good sized mountains, which is pretty awesome. As I mentioned earlier, I took the Baldy Bowl route up, and now I'm going to go down Devil's Backbone to the Chairlift, and then I'm going to take the Chairlift down to the very bottom from there, because I'm definitely going to enjoy not having to hike those final few miles and take the chairlift instead. But I am very excited about this Devil's Backbone section behind me, because we have some really steep drop-offs on both sides, and it's a pretty iconic hike in this area. So I'm definitely interested to see what it's like when you're actually on it. I know people who are afraid of heights can get a little timid. I'm not afraid of heights. I don't even know what I'm trying to say other than I'm tired and I just want to make it down at this point. So with how tired I am currently feeling, this was maybe one of the best uses of $30 I have ever spent in my entire life. I get to take this chairlift down, and then I'll get off this chairlift and then actually get on another chairlift. And I think that pretty much takes me down to the bottom. I think it's a short walk to my vehicle after that, but yeah, definitely recommend taking the chairlift down if you're hiking up from the bottom. 2, 1, go. Chairlift 2. Just made it back to my car, and that was a fun but exhausting day. So just to recap, I did the Baldy Bowl trail, and then once I was at the top, I connected over to the Devil's Backbone trail, and then I took the chairlift down. And then from where the chairlift dropped off, it's about a quarter of a mile back to where I parked. So not too bad all in all. I would say one of my takeaways is Devil's Backbone I did not think was nearly as sketchy as a lot of people say. Now there was definitely 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 spots where if you fell, it could be catastrophic. And so I understand why they want people to be careful. And I also definitely understand why when it's snowy and icy, they close the trail. So that does make sense. But overall, it really was not sketchy for the vast majority of it. I'm glad I did the little loop though, because then I got to see 2 different sections and I didn't have to repeat anything, and I got to take the chairlift down, which was nice. For anyone who's watching this, who maybe you live in the LA area and you don't want to do a huge hike, one good thing to note is you can take the chairlift up, and it takes you up about 1,000 feet and 2 miles short of the summit. So if you have round trip about 4 miles in you and 1,000 feet, you can get to the summit and have some awesome views and get to the highest point in Los Angeles County. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, if you could hit that thumbs up button, that would really be awesome. As well as if you can subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next video on an island off the coast of California.